You're listening to Talking Bullish, the new Bradford Bulls fan podcast. And we're your hosts, Alan Raisin
and Laura Micklefield. This week on Talking Bullish, we'll have a look back at the Batley match, have a look at some new Bradford Bulls news, and look forward to the match against Barrow at the weekend.
Should be a good one.
So we started the week last week with a nice fireworks on Friday. Yeah, really good atmosphere down at Bulls versus Bulldogs. So good atmosphere at Odsal. It was nice, the kind of pyrotechnics and the fireworks. Thought it made a difference. What did you think, Alan?
Obviously it was a hot night as well, so made even hotter with bursts of flames and the fireworks. Yeah, it was good atmosphere, good attendance as well, actually.
Yeah, I didn't think it was too bad to say it's a Friday night, because I know that obviously there's been back and forth of whether the Friday nights are good ideas, but I think as much as we get on a Sunday, over 3,000 there, I think, which were good. Yeah, I think everyone quite enjoys the buggy going round.
Oh, yeah.
After the tries as well. So that's always a nice little extra that they're adding in now. Yeah, apparently this Friday night bonanza thing's going to keep going on for all the Friday night matches. So the next one that we've got against Hunslet is going to be another fireworks display and fire and all the rest of it. So
brilliant. Okay, so let's talk about the match then. It started with a few bum kicks from Batley, didn't it? Kicking it straight into touch.
Yeah, straight over the dead ball line from kick-off. So, we got good set on the first set, really. It looks quite strong. Even got over the line, but Hurl was held up. Can't really tell, again, if he got that down or not. One of those where you've not got the video referee, so, benefit of the doubt not going our way on that one. But yeah, we did get good field position. We forced a goal line drop out with a nice little kick, but then a sloppy pass on the next set ended with a turnover.
Then Batley's set ends in a knock-on from a brilliant tackle from Hurl.
Yeah, impressive. I like that. Yeah,
it was good play. And then penalties given to Batley for a tackle in the air.
Yeah, one of these again. A defender's running for the ball, jumping up in the air, doesn't make contact with does, but not to tackle them in the air because they're contesting for the ball. To me, nothing in it, but penalty given. Always seems to go that way. So, yeah, one of those. But luckily the Batley set from that ended with a kick that was too long and Bradford get a 7-tackle set. And then a high tackle gives us our first penalty. So the set ended with Batley knocking the ball out at the other side, so we got a goal line drop out again, which was really good. I thought we were good with the pressure. But then the set ended in a knock-on, and then we gave a penalty for missing about at the play of the ball. So frustrating, like previous. Again, we do error, then give away a penalty. But luckily, we did keep Batley out, so I suppose that's what we were talking about in previous weeks, as if we're going to make these errors, then at least defend them. Yeah. So I was quite pleased with that, to be fair.
Yeah, so we were making quite a few errors, but as you say, keeping Batley out of the goal area. And then we have a lovely kick over in the next set from Jordan Lilly, knocked out by Batley. So a scrum to the Bulls, 20 metres out.
Yeah, and that was some lovely passing from Fulton, sending Tom over, but it was deemed a forward pass.
Oh.
I have looked on the replay, and I don't think it looked forward. I didn't think it looked forward live either.
No, I was going to say we didn't think there was anything wrong with it.
Yeah, we were a bit confused, really, as to why or which one they were even deeming forward, because, let's say, I've looked back on both and I still can't see a forward pass. Would be interesting to see whatever anyone else thinks, and I've not just got my Bradford Bulls blinkers on, but it genuinely did seem good. But one of those things, but first 20 minutes and 2 near tries, so yeah, Bradford pressure.
So just pausing there for a minute, if say we were in Super League and we had the video ref, is that something that we'd have to challenge, or would it be automatically picked up?
The video ref can't judge on forward passes. unfortunately, because of camera angles and because it's not always kind of true to how it actually looks. They can judge on offside and grounding of the ball, but you can't judge on forward passes, so it just has to be the live call from the referee.
I see.
So, yeah, it would have gone that way anyway. Well, obviously, unless we had a different referee who thought it was a different result. But, yeah, I didn't even think it were 50-50, to be fair. I really just thought it were a nice pass. It's a shame because it'd have been a lovely try, that, but one of those things.
Yeah. And then we had a couple of sets exchanged between the sides. Then a Bulls' early attempt for 40-20. Of course, it didn't work out.
No. Every time Lily goes for these, I'm like... Don't try them.
Especially early as well. It's quite frustrating. But I guess with the 40-20, it's generally early in the set.
Yeah, because you're obviously behind the 40 line, but I mean, if they come off, it's good. It's just, I think it's frustrating when you get the ball back and then after 2 tackles, it's kicked and when it doesn't go your way. But again, I mean, Batley regained the ball and then we gave away a penalty for kicking the ball away in the ruck. It were originally given as a knock-on, and I know then when it were reversed, all the Bulls fans were like jeering and like, no, that's not right. But in fairness, I said straight away, he's kicked that ball. So it was fair to be. I think that was a fair call by the referee. But yeah, it's one of those where again they nearly score, but great cover tackle from Lawrence, and he got us back into the field of play as well. We could have got caught for a goal line drop out there, but I think he did really well to get the ball grounded in the field of play. And then we were given a penalty for Batley carrying Tom back into the in-goal area after her called held. So yeah, they literally like lifted him up and then just tried to walk back over the dead ball line with him, which, you know, is illegal.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So then we're 20 minutes in, the Bulls play a lovely ball to G, who cuts through, and we get a try. First points of the match.
Yes, and kick successful from straight in front, so that were a good one. Then another kick out on the full from Batley. So, yes, we got obviously a penalty on halfway again, but this set ended with a knock-on from Batley, but it was deemed a Bulls knock-on, so it was the Batley ball. Again, I did look at the replay of this. I do think it was a Batley knock-on, but again, things go either way. We've not got a video ref to check. And then Batley got a set restart for us holding down. And the result of that is a break from Bateman, our player who's on loan to Batley, who passes to the edge for Batley to score a try and get the kick and even it up. So, yeah, one of those where I know a lot of people were saying why they're going to let Bateman play against us, and he did come against us at that point, but at the same time, like it's good for him to play, and I agree with Brian No-ble of like, let's not just be petty and not let him play against us. But obviously he's showing his prowess with the break through the Bulls defence.
So that takes us to 6-6 when we have a couple of sets exchanged, and then another silly error.
Knock on 20 metres out from the Bulls.
Yeah.
But luckily, it ends in a sloppy play of the ball, and Bradford get the ball back, and then a penalty for Batley offside. And this is where Joe Keys made a lovely break up the middle, a lovely pass through hands to Guy on the edge. Another try.
Yay.
And Jordan Lilly with his kicking boots this week, straight from the touchline between the sticks. 12-6 at that point.
And so at that point, we're heading towards half-time. So we have another couple of sets, another penalty to Batley, but it ends in a forward pass. Then we score again through a pass from Keys to Guy Armitage.
Yeah, that was a lovely try, that. A lovely looping pass from Keys. One to watch on the replay. It cut out about 2 or 3 players and defenders straight to Guy, and then over in the corner for his second of the match. And Lily again, kicking from the touchline. I've been saying every week about these kicks, and then he just totally proves me wrong this week. So, yeah, So got to half-time, 18-6, pretty strong position to be in.
Yeah, brilliant. Really, well, it was strange because it was a dominant performance, but with lots of errors. I suppose, as you say, we were defending when we made the errors. So, definitely good performance at half-time and limiting the scoring from the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think the defence was the thing to look from that first half, especially with the kind of sloppy play, like you say. I mean, it was, again, you got to think it was a hot day. Both teams seemed a bit sloppy, few errors. It wasn't the best fast-flowing game, but we took our opportunities. And like I say, we had 2 missed opportunities at the beginning of the match. If they'd have come off as well, we'd have been clearly in the driving seat at that point. But yeah, I thought 18-6 seemed a fair reflection at half-time.
Right then, so into the second half then, we started with good defence, but then knock on from G as he gets injured from a tackle.
Yeah, so it was Bulls knock on, but a bit unfortunate because obviously you could see he was in quite a bit of pain with his hand or something. But just the way it goes, if you drop the ball, just drop the ball. But then following that, Poposhi forces a Batley error, which was brilliant. And just whilst we're on that, I was really pleased to see Poposhi getting a shot this week. I've said for a few weeks now I'd like to see him get to play. And I think he did good. I liked his running was strong, his defending was good. Certainly thought he made a difference. So yeah, it was good to see him back. And and then on that play following us getting the ball back, Wayne was taken out off the ball and we were awarded a penalty. Decided to take the 2. So again, Jordan with his kicking boots straight over for a 20-6 at this point, about 45 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, Batley were a pretty physical side, weren't they? So, it wasn't totally surprising that penalty was coming for that, perhaps, would you say?
Yeah, there were a few kind of, niggly tackles, shall we say, and obviously they're known for that in the previous matches that we've had with them. I did think it was a bit calmer this time, to be honest, but yeah, few tackles that maybe could have ended in yellow cards if we'd had a different referee. But yeah, good meters were made from the next set, but it ended in a 7-tackle set for Batley. And then we conceded a goal line dropout and a set restart, but we defended it brilliantly. There's a brilliant tackle by Blake that I'd recommend watching on the replay. It was good seeing it live. He just kind of zoned in on the player who was attacking, knew what the play was gonna be, and shot out of the line and got him. And we conceded another goal line dropout, but then we held them up on the last, so it was brilliant defence. Like, that was probably the most enjoyable kind of back-to-back sets I saw, that with Batley on our line, thinking they had 4 goes at it, but we kept them out. I thought that was brilliant.
Really good defence, continued exchanging sets. We get a set restart, which gets us in an attacking position, but then we knock on.
So, last tackle ended again with a knock-on after a miracle pass from Fulton to keep the ball in play. Again, that was a really good one to watch on the replay. Literally kind of dives over the line at the end and flings it back in. And then it goes through some hands. But, wasn't to be for that. But the play after, we did end up with a penalty for a high tackle on Skur, which took us 20 metres out.
But that ended in Batley knocking the ball down for a scrum.
Yep, so we get scrum 10 metres out then, and that ended with a lovely looping ball from Keys to get the hat-trick for Guy.
Yeah, congratulations, Guy.
Yeah, good match for Guy Armitage. Yep, got the 3 tries, and Jordan got the kick again, making it 26-6.
So following that, there was a completed set from the Bulls that pinned Batley back down in their end. But they were just too eager, and another penalty we get for offside this time.
Yeah, so another penalty again, but defended it again, and another exchange of sets, and then we forced another goal line dropout from a lovely Keys kick, and then a lovely dummy from Tom. And he slides straight through the defence, runs up and pops the ball down in the corner, not making it easy for Lily. But again, brilliant 100% record in this match. Lily kicks it over, so it's about 76 minutes and it was 32-6.
Obviously heading in for the win now, but Lily obviously brought the right boots this week.
Yeah, I hope he brings them next week as well.
Obviously, as I say, cruising in to the changing room at that point, I guess, but maybe that's why in the last couple of minutes we have a silly pass that gives the Batley Bulldogs the ball 20 metres out. So then the Bulls, to their credit, defend. We do give up a set restart, but the hooter goes after they get held up. So that brings us in final score 32-6, another win for the Bulls.
Yeah, back to winning ways after York. But summary of it, I thought brilliant defence. The most impressive is, like I alluded to earlier, the 4 sets on our line with no score from Batley. I thought that were brilliant. Again, don't always think we're on it attacking, and errors and penalties still creeping in. But in their defence, it was backed up with the defence, and we came out with a really good result. And like I said, Lily's kicking was brilliant. I think it makes a big difference. I've always said, like, you can win or lose matches on kicks, and getting all of them this week was certainly just made it feel more comfortable. Even when we were just like 18-6 up at half time, felt pretty comfortable that even though there was still some sloppy play, that we were going to get the win. Yeah,
definitely. Like Brian No-ble said after the match, that they got like a target to not concede more than 2 tries a match. Obviously, we achieved that this week. Yeah, but in general, not finishing sets as well as we could, but backing it up, as you say, with the defence. But as you say, the main story, I think, brilliant defence. Also, nice hat-trick for Guy Armitage.
Yeah, like they say, defence wins matches, and I think it definitely did in this case. And yeah, there was some good attack, don't get me wrong. There were a few nice, neat kicks over. I thought Tom's try, individual brilliance for little dummy and show and go sort of thing were brilliant. And obviously, like you say, Guy with the 3. We did look like we were going to score points, and we did. But at the same time, I do think there's a lot more in us than what we saw against Batley.
And so also mentioned in the press conference was obviously Bateman's loan to Batley. No-ble saying, he's like our 3rd or 4th, 5th player at that position, so it's not fair to hold on to him and just not let him play. Obviously easy to say since we won that we weren't too disadvantaged from not having him, but he played well for them, and I
think it's a good opportunity for him. I think obviously like Brian No-ble said, if he's your 3rd, 4th, 5th player in that position, he's not going to get much game time, because you'd have to obviously get 4 people injured to get a go. And Batley, obviously he'll be first choice and he'll get championship experience, which is nothing but a good thing. Hopefully that'll benefit us in the long run in future seasons and develop him as a player, because he's only young. And then he'll be pushing for those top spots and be getting on the pitch.
Into the news then, obviously, with his hat-trick, it was maybe an obvious choice for Hitman this week.
Yeah, Guy Armitage seemed to get the hat-trick. They did say it was a close call, though, which, I thought, obviously, I thought Armitage was brilliant with his 3 tries, and I think he did get man of the match as well. From a hitman perspective, I personally went for Blake, because I thought those 2 kind of bone-crunching tackles near the Bulls line when we were defending really made a difference. So but could have chose a few people this week. I think Bayless run really hard this week. I'll also think Fulton is always up there. I think he's always doing well, and with meters made, when you look at your backs like Ockenberg, always driving forward, making lots of meters, and I think Hurrell as well. He had more of an impact this week. I felt that he drove us forward when he had the ball, and I felt like his defence was pretty strong too.
Yeah, no, he did play well. Obviously, we're still waiting to hear whether he's going to stay with the Bulls after his 2-week loan. But, you have thoughts about that, do you, Laura?
Yeah, I think Brian No-ble alluded to the fact that Gill would be ready to play again, which would make me think that maybe they wouldn't extend his loan. But at the same time, if they did, I wouldn't be unhappy. I think he seems to be playing well. Like I say, we've only seen him for 2 matches, but I think he improved this week compared to last week. And it'd be nice to see him in the squad and progress further. But obviously, if it keeps Gill out, then maybe not. So it's it's a tough one, but it's good to have you're scratching your head over what players to pick rather than
what players to leave out.
Yeah. So I suppose it depends what St Helens' plans are for him and where Brian No-ble sees him fitting into the squad. Obviously, with people backfitting those positions, it depends what he sees long term. So.
And as you say, down to Saints as well. According to the press conference, Gill wasn't fit. Obviously for Friday night, but should be back this week, as will Hooley.
Yes, so that's going to be another one to think about, because obviously if Hooley's back, I do think since Tom's returned, he's been his best, to be fair. Last couple of games, I think he's made a lot of impact. Obviously, a brilliant try this week. It'll be hard to leave him out. So, it'll be a matter of who are they going to put where. It's quite a head-scratcher this week. I'm not sure what the squad will look like.
Well, so just completing the lineup, I guess. He's hoping for Mason to be available. Lou is fit too, but Tafua remains out.
Just in other news, just a congratulations to Joe Keys. He made his 200 career appearance. Obviously, he's been at the Bulls before and then left us for other places, but has come back to join us again and got his 200th appearance at the Bulls. So, long may they continue as well. Yeah,
absolutely brilliant. Okay, so on to Sunday's match now. It's a trip over to Cumbria, so to take on the Barrow Raiders, who are currently 5th, 5 points behind us. What do you? I am going to anticipate you here. I think you might think it's going to be a tough match.
I do think it's going to be a tough match. We always seem to slip up against Barrow. It just seems to be one of the teams we really, really struggle with, even if every other team is beating them. They're just one of those teams for us. I think it's going to be a very tough match. I know they're obviously behind us on the table, but it's going to be a tough one.
So their last 6 matches, they won against Hunslet, lost at home to Sheffield, at home to Featherstone, away to Toulouse. They drew away at Batley, and they won at home to Doncaster. So quite a mix there, but as you say, that doesn't really mean anything when it comes to how the Bulls are going to perform.
I'd love to say that I think based on their team and our team and how we're playing at the minute that we'd get the win. But I do think it's going to be one of those again, like I feel like a record on repeat sometimes, but if we continue with the errors and continue with the penalties, they will take advantage of it. They're the sort of team to do that, and obviously being at home's a big advantage for them as well. It's quite a journey up to Cumbria. I think it's not the easiest of places to travel to, and it's definitely not the easiest places to come home with 2 points. So I do think it's going to be a tough ask for the Bulls, but I'd hope that we could maybe get the win. But I've just got a feeling that Barrow will do it.
By a score,
Yeah, probably a close one. I'm hoping if we keep the defence up like we did against Batley, that we won't let too many tries in. Maybe a couple of points difference. It could be, let's say, the goal kicking that makes a difference, or maybe just a couple of slip-ups, like similar to the York match in a way, like a couple of sloppy defensive plays or a couple of missed kicks. I think Barrow will beat us.
Let's see. Well, the leaders Toulouse travel to Widnes on Friday. We get 3rd place York hosting Fev. And then Oldham away at Halifax. Oh, no, not Halifax. They're at Odsal. So that'll be fun for them, I'm sure. But so all a very busy weekend to look forward to.
Yeah, got some good matches there, and anyone can beat anyone in the Championship. I think we all know that. Obviously, Toulouse are on a bit of a roll at the minute, as are York, but I think even they're beatable, so let's see what happens.
Yeah.
So then, Alan, finally on to the next feature.
Bull or No-ble.
So this time it's my turn to give you 3 facts, one of which is bull and
Great.
2 are No-ble. So I thought with us playing Barrow this week that we'll have some themes based on Barrow and the Bulls, and see which one you think's bull and which you think are No-ble.
Hit me with them.
Okay, so the 3 statements. The last time the Bulls beat Barrow was in June 2024. In the current Barrow squad, there are no players that have previously played for Bradford.
Right.
In the last 5 meetings with Barrow, Bradford have only won once.
Okay, they're good ones. I like those. So just to recap, we've said in the last 5, we've only won 1. The last time we beat them was in June 2024. And there are no Bradford Bulls in their current squad. No former Bulls in their current squad. So, I think, because you've said they're such a bogey team, I think that 1 in 5 is No-ble. In terms of the other 2, I think 2024 is quite a reasonable last win. Okay. But it's equally possible that there are no Bulls in their current squad. So, I am going to say that the Bulls statement is that there are no former Bulls in their current squad.
Correct.
Yay!
Well done, Alan. I liked your process of elimination there. You stuck with your gut as well, which is good, because that was my downfall last week. Although I'm still going to get the measuring stick about Conrad Hurrell and see how tall he is. So the last time the Bulls beat Barrow was in June 2024. As you say, this was No-ble. That was our win. One win out of the last 5 meetings, which was also true. We've had 3 losses, 1 win and a draw in our last 5. And yet, in the current Barrow squad, there is 1 player that used to play for Bradford, which is Ryan Shaw, which used to play for the Bulls. Way back when. I think it was probably 2017-ish, something like that. So well done, Alan.
Yeah, it's our first one that we've correctly identified.
I know, and I was thinking I might trip you up because they're all kind of closely linked, but no, you well done.
Well, good questions as well, so there we go. So that brings us to the end of another Talking Bullish. Thank you very much, Laura.
Yeah, thank you, Alan.
And make sure you get in touch with us either through X, Instagram, Blue Sky.
Yeah, and don't forget we've now got a page on Facebook and hoping to have a YouTube channel up and running soon as well. So thank you to anyone who's took the time to listen to us. Like I say, we are just 2 fans who like to talk Bradford Bulls. So thank you very much, and hopefully you'll tune in again next week.
Yeah, and finally, just let's hope for the win, even though you're not too confident. So good luck to the Bulls on Sunday. Come on, you Bulls. Great. Well, we will catch you next week, and where we will be reviewing the game against Barrow and looking ahead to the next game. So see you next week.
See you next week.